my dollars make it hurt.
Wow, what is going on? I know this is not my regular time. I know it's not, but you can tell that the season now has begun without a doubt. Welcome, everybody, to the Big Time Show, an unsuspected show of the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right now. Right now on the Big Time Show Facebook pages, Facebook and YouTube, where you can obviously, if you want to contribute to the podcast, you can do that naturally by using the stars, or if you're on YouTube, you can do that by using the super chat as well. Come on in real quick. You know I had to come because it's already on, y'all. This is my time of the year. It's no question about it. This is my time of the year because, as I said on yesterday, hey Mitch, I see you on Podbean. I appreciate you popping in. This is the time where you don't have too much to talk about because the Cowboys now will take care of the news itself. During the summer, we had to make sure that we come up with shows that were, entertaining, number one, but factual as well. It is going to be different because now the Cowboys and will take over the news media as they always do, but there will be some substance now. And sure enough, first day of training camp, fireworks already. Fireworks have begun already in Big D, and that's what we're going to talk about real quick. I was not going to wait until Saturday at 3 o'clock to make this move to talk about it. So here I am. I asked that maybe some of you people that are here would share. If you're watching but you hadn't clicked in yet, it would be nice if you would share as well. So let's go ahead and talk about this. If I can get out of this. Yeah, let me share real quick. If you don't mind, share real quick. What do y'all think right off the top? I mean, y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what I'm getting ready to talk about. You already know what I'm getting ready to talk about. So let me know, what are you feeling about what we're getting ready to do right now? Let me see here. Yeah. What are we getting ready to do here? Forgive me. Hey, I'm coming to the chat in a second. I'm sorry. I'm coming to the chat in just a second. I just saw my brother E. Kush though. I saw you because I got my phone up here, so I just saw it, but I hadn't got to. I know somebody else is in there. Just give me a second, and I'm going to share this real quick. I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't know. Okay. I'll forget that. We're going to try to do this. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. All Cowboy podcasters on fire today because it's major news. Whenever the Cowboys take the microphone, it's news, and they gave it to us today. But let me say this, and let me just speak. Hey, E. Kush, I see you. Talib, Shane. Yeah, I saw about LeBron James. Very sad about what happened to him. Just in case nobody knows, he had a heart attack right after practice at USC. To be so young, we don't want to speculate or anything. All we know is that the young man had cardiac arrest after practice. Only thing you can do is just pray for him. Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's nothing lifelong that will take away his dream. Let's just say that about that. Hope you guys will share as we comment. Let me get to the matter at hand. For the first time in a while, I must admit, during the summer and so far, even today, it is very rare that the Cowboys don't have a boatload of drama. And, drama is, as they say, kind of like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, the same thing applies to drama. A lot of people will look at certain things and say, oh, it ain't about nothing. What's up? I see you, my brother. I see Dylan just popped in. I see, it just depends on how you look at it, how you perceive it. I might as well just go ahead and skip it before I get to it. It's kind of like the Zach Martin issue. Some will say that's drama. I say, some people will say it's nothing. Really. A lot of people will say that. I'll get into that in a second. But it was, if you saw the interview today, the training camp interview today, you will notice that it was real subdued today. It wasn't crazy talk. It wasn't crazy expectations. It was not bold predictions. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it was primarily Jerry Jones talking, of which we know Jerry will say some things that'll make you go, oh Lord. But it wasn't the oh Lord moment today. He was really subdued. They asked him about really how does he feel about this year's team, and do you think that this team, has a chance to win it all? Well, Jerry kind of said he didn't say champion. He said a contender. He called us He just called us a contender. He said we got to get training camp going. We got to get things moving, and he feels that at the end of the day, if things go go right, we should have a team that should compete for the top spot. He didn't say world championship. He didn't say Super Bowl champions, even though that's what he was saying. He was saying that if he does it, he was saying that if the team, gets its stuff together in training camp now, we probably will have a team that would be competing for the top spot. He didn't make no bold declaration. And before ESPN and all the other haters and Fox take over, because the Cowboys are going to lead off tomorrow, ESPN. It never fails. You know that. They're gonna try to twist it and twat it and all that. Jerry just said we should be contenders, which is what everybody is saying. He stayed wrapped. He stayed smooth. That's pretty good. Mike McCarthy was awesome. Here's one other strange thing so far. that I didn't see or didn't hear was the very rare quiet voice of Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones didn't hardly say nothing. I think he answered one question. It was up there for 40 minutes. I think he answered one question. One question. That's it. He didn't answer nothing else. Hey guys, go ahead and push the like button. That's for those that ain't been with me in a while. I only require now. I ask y'all this. I usually just hey. Oh wow, y'all still here? My lights went out. My lights went out. My lights went out. I don't. My lights went out. I'm back. Can y'all see me? Joe, I see your comment. Can you hear me? Anybody? Can you guys hear me? The lights went out for a second. Can you guys hear me at all? Let me know. You're not getting them. Okay, you hear me, Joe. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, I'm good. Appreciate you. My lights went out in Memphis here just for a split second, so I lost my connection. Go ahead and share it again if you guys don't mind. Appreciate you. Let me get back to Podbean here, which is the other one. This is strange here. All right. Appreciate you, E. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's share it out again if you don't mind, y'all. No, Jerry, I saw you right, E. Joe. So soon as I said something about Jerry, here come the boogeyman. to try to mess me up. I don't know what I mean. Hey, when the lights go out, and the funny part about it, right? I live here in Memphis. What's up, Greg? There was no thunder. There was no. We don't even have any rain going on. There's no nothing that's going on here in Memphis right now. So I don't know what happened. But hey, I appreciate you guys not leaving me and waiting for me to get back. As soon as it flickered off, it flicked right back on. And actually, I'm talking like a Japanese kung fu fighting movie from 1974 because I'm behind now. See, I'm raising my hand now. Now it just showed up. What's going on, guys? Hold on, I appreciate y'all. So let me talk. Forgive me if things are wrong or whatever the case. Tim Bragg, hello, sir. How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in on me. So let's get back to what I was saying. Jerry was very subdued, cool. Stephen Jones, I didn't hear anything from Stephen Jones, not but just one question, and it wasn't a question that I thought that they were going to be asking about. How cheap he is. It wasn't that. Jerry was very smooth today, and I don't want to take up too much time because I know what some of y'all want to talk about, and now we got to get to a point where I'm gonna save it for a second. I'm gonna save it. We got to get to. We have to look at and listen to Jerry. Jerry, hey, Talib, appreciate you coming back. Do me a favor, everybody. As you you come in. Only thing I require now is if you push that like button. If you want to contribute by Facebook, by the stars that you see, or if you're on my YouTube page, if you want to contribute by the super chat, that'd be perfect. If you do the super chat, I'll get your comment here, and I'll be able to see it, and I'll stop whatever I'm saying just to um, read your comment as well. I can't see it from E cause you saying something, stop spamming. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I can't see you guys if you put it there on the stars. But anyway, let's go back to business. Jerry they tried to trap Jerry. If you hadn't seen it, they tried to trap Jerry talking about Zach Martin's contract. This won't be too long today unless y'all make it long. They tried to trap Jerry by asking him about Zach being a no-show for training camp. But just in case you don't know, um, man, y'all, I see something going on here with my stuff, and I don't like it. It's skipping, so I don't. Y'all forgive me for all the skipping. I don't know if you guys can steadily hear me. But let's just roll with it until something crazy happens. So they really wanted to trap Jerry because if you don't know, Zach Martin didn't show today. So number one, at least from his end, like I said a couple shows ago, I now know that Zach Martin is serious because he did not show up. He did not show up for training camp, something that he has not done. But he is okay. I got you. So he lets me know that he's serious now by essentially it really is somewhat of a holdout. He did that. All right. So now you got to kind of change your perspective on it, and then you have to kind of watch what's going around and before you really jump to conclusions. You see, Jerry had if you notice his words, you gotta look at it and then take it. Of course, we want Zach Martin, but this is what he said, and this is the part that kind of arrested me. He didn't say he answered with somebody asked him something. He said, "We're not going to answer anything publicly right now about any contract He said in the contract status of our team, we're not going to address that in the public like that. That's what Jerry said. That was fine. I'll give him that. You got to take it from his end, and then he let the cat out the bag. If you weren't listening, you missed where he stands. He didn't have to say it. I heard it by one word. This is what Jerry said that I said, here we go. He said about Zach because it came back with a follow-up question. And then he said this, and answering pretty much the same question. He said that, again, we're not going to go public or talk about any agreements. There it is. Any agreements that have been made. In other words, what he's saying is Zach Martin is under contract. He ain't in no position. What he's saying is he's signed for the next 2-3 years already. He's not he I understand his complaint, and I'm putting words in Jerry's mouth now, but make no mistake about it. If he don't come back, he's not playing nowhere else, number one, and he's not getting traded. That's really what it, really what he's saying. When he used that word agreement, that means there's already something on the table that they don't have to fight for. They're not going into a last year of the contract with Zach Martin. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, let's not get, if you're trying to, owner has to take, or slash general manager in our case, has to take a stand for the company. And even though Zach Martin is right about not being paid what he should be paid, Jerry is taking a hard stance. When he used that word agreement, I caught it. He's really saying, okay, I can't jump because your lip poked out. I just can't do it. Because see, if I do it this time, anybody that pokes their lip out, they're going to expect me to move, and I just can't do that. And I understand who Zach Martin is, y'all. I trust me, I know. He's a walking Hall of Famer. We know that. 8-time Pro Bowler, 6-time first team All Pro. I mean, if he stopped playing ball right now, 5 years from now, we'll be seeing him get his gold jacket. The man is great. He's different. He's special. We all know that. But in the case of this, he's going to lose, y'all. He's going to lose. He is. He's going to lose. I don't want him to lose. I would love for him to be the highest paid guard, as he richly deserves. He does deserve to do that because he's been the best for the last 3-4 years. He is still the best. And some would say that he's on the decline. Okay. So, even if you calling this Zach Martin declining years, let me tell you something, man. Listen, he if this is his decline, good Lord, what is he? Huh? I think he deserves to be. There's nowhere in the world he should be the ninth highest paid guard in the league. Now, I mean, come on now. I understand he signed his contract years ago, but something. I mean, come on now. He shouldn't be the ninth. He shouldn't be, by no means. But here's the thing that nobody don't want to admit about Zach Martin. Zach Martin really flipped the script on the Cowboys so far because they weren't expecting this, no question about it. because Zach has been a company guy, a good corporate cowboy, all-time great cowboy, says the right things, all that kind of stuff. If he's a Mr. Cowboy candidate. He gonna go into the ring of honor one day, no question about that. I mean, the dude is legit. But this is the part that no Cowboy fan don't want to admit. He tried to skip the line, y'all. He tried to get in front of a couple players who the Cowboys for months have had contract negotiations. The ball have already been rolling. They've been hammering out contracts. Remember what Stephen Jones said just about, I wish I had the video here. He said it maybe about a good month and a half ago. Do y'all remember this? Stephen Jones said, we want to get at least one or two of these guys extended before training camp. That's what Stephen Jones said. He said, I want to get one to two guys extended before training camp. Trust me, y'all. And you know it. Zach Martin was not in that equation. He was not in that equation. Zach Martin was not even thought of when Stephen Jones said that. When he was saying that, he was thinking about Diggs. He was thinking about Lamb. And some folks will even think he may have been thinking about extending Dak. Zach Martin wasn't even a thought. He wasn't. And what I'm trying to propose to you guys is this. He still ain't a thought. And I understand he complained, but because he's taking the next step. See, this was the day that I was waiting on. I couldn't say nothing about Zach until the first day of training camp. And I think I said it in my show about 2 shows ago. I'll know exactly where Zach really stand if he don't show up. Now here's the day, first day of practice, first day of training camp, Zach Martin's a no-show. So now I got to look at things differently. How long will Zach Martin hold out? Because he's getting fined. That's nothing new. Now I don't know what his fine amount is. I think somebody put it in the chat earlier. Whoever that put that in the chat earlier, if it's true now, please put it back up here because I highlighted. I don't know if it's the case or not. I don't know that. But I do know he's getting fined something, or at least he's putting himself in position to be fined because you're under contract and this is the day you report for work and you didn't report for work, so now you're getting fined. Okay, there it is. Ultra Cowboy says this, $50,000 a day. Now to a millionaire, that's chicken feed. To a multi-millionaire making, $14, $13 million a year, that's chicken feed. But it's $50,000 that you're just giving away. Nobody don't want to lose free money when all you got to do is show up and just say, hey, my ankle tweeted. I'm serious. If Zach just showed up and said, hey, my ankle, if my ankle is hurting, I can't practice. What they gonna do? He reported, he showed up, won't lose no money. Of course, they'll say he faking, but hey, you don't know. I mean, I got a little tweak. I can't, But Zach went to the full degree by not showing up, period. So that's 50 grand a day. Now, the obvious question is, how long will he do this? Because $50,000 a day adds up eventually. You see what I'm saying? So now we play the Zach Martin game about how much money he really want to lose. You see what I'm saying? Now we see that. Now we know he held out Let's see, how long he gonna do it, or let's get this right first. Let's get this right. It's a very unique position, but how deep would Zach Martin go? Zach Martin know, Jerry Jones know, Mike McCarthy know, Stephen Jones know that the Cowboys will not win or will not be nowhere near the offense they think they can be if Zach Martin not there. He cannot be replaced. This dude is a different dude. He's a different dude now. He's just not, you don't find guys like this, in a Cracker Jack box. Guys like this come around once every 20 years or so. This dude is different. He can't be replaced. You put somebody in there, but the production level is not going to be what it is for having Zach Martin in. There's no way. This dude is different, and the Cowboys know that, and Zach Martin know that. So we playing a little poker now. Who gonna be in first? Ultra Cowboy got it down here. $50,000 a day. That will add up eventually. $50,000 ain't nothing now. Not to him, because he makes 30 or whatever. Or could he do what most Cowboy fans think is going to happen? That you're going to pay him. That's a very unique position to be in for the future, though. Now, I need y'all to get out your feelings, because if Zach Martin pokes his lip out and Jerry responds, then how you think what's going to happen later on if CeeDee Lamb doesn't get his extension? He pokes his mouth out, say he ain't playing. What you think? I mean, the list go on and on with us. We got some pretty good players. Hey, Kush, this is not a spam. I got since you ain't joined in a while, I got people that support my show, that know what they're doing. I did a show last night, and I had at the time I finished, I think about almost 240 views in an hour. Since then, it's done grown. So, the show is moving, and just trust me, it's not a spam. Let me just say it like that. It's not spam. So, sorry about that if you can't hang with that, but you're on YouTube. I appreciate you being on YouTube. Let me go back to that. If you jump at Zach, who wasn't in line, and you let him skip the line, that means you're paying a guy before you paid the people that was in line. See, CeeDee Lamb is next. CeeDee Lamb is next. Probably $20 million a year as a wide receiver coming up. It's supposed to be CeeDee Lamb. It ain't time for Michael Parsons yet, just in case somebody thinking that. And really, it's not time for Dak yet. It's not time for Dak. The two guys that really was going to get, big payday was CD and who I'm getting ready to talk about in a second. Still, I'm going to say it again. Stephen Jones said it a month and a half ago. Before training camp gets here, he wanted to sign at least one or two guys to be extended. Well, we all know what happened today. Put a check by that box. They took care of business. Now, we all know what happened today. Trevon Diggs, 5 years, $97 million. $21 million signing bonus, which means he got $21 million right there at the table. Ultra Cowboy, I see you say you believe Terrence Steele is next. So let me ask you this quick, Ultra Cowboy. Who do you pay first? Do you pay Steele first because it's probably a little bit easier, or do you go ahead and pay Lamb? We're going into Lamb's final year of his rookie deal. He's out, and he's a diva now. So you tell me. Matter of fact, everybody join in on that because Steele is in the same position, but he's going to be probably cheaper, obviously, than that. And I agree with you, E. Kush. We don't have a player, and there ain't too many around the league that can fill his shoes. But the only way that's going to come into effect is how much does Zach Martin want to play hardball? Because the Cowboys, the real truth of the matter is, even though we can't replace them, the Cowboys really are, when you start lining up the pros and cons, they really are in the driver's seat. They really are. Number one, he's under contract. He can't play nowhere else. He's not getting traded. He ain't, he's either he gonna play or he gonna sit out the whole year. That's really the bottom line. Zach's leverage is can't nobody play like me. You can't find another me. But the Cowboys are potentially taking money away too right now. 50 grand just today. Tomorrow, 100 grand total. So, Zach is, we don't, because Zach is such a good dude, I don't care if he's a good dude or bad dude. When you know you losing money, you all come down to the same level as any other player. Like, y'all taking my money, or I'm losing money and I got a problem. Now, I believe that if he signed, I believe the Cowboys give him his money back. I believe that. I believe that. But he got to get there. He got to get to that point. So it's just going to be interesting to see. Like I said, today I know that now I believe that the end game will be this. I believe that Zach Martin will be lined up at week 1 against the New York Giants. My only question is, when is he going to get in? I believe he will be there. See what I'm saying? I believe he will be there. And I'm quite sure Zach is taking care of his money over the years, and 50 grand ain't nothing but chicken feed. I mean, that ain't nothing. So that's why I'm saying how much, and I'm quite sure Zach has thought all this out, what this could mean and all that. So he's prepared. Let's just see. Let's just see how well he's going to play hardball. Ultra Cowboy says this. I guess it's going to answer the question. You say the signs should go in this order: Steele, Lamb, and Dak. Dak deal will clear the way for Parsons' huge deal. I mean, those two guys up front, those are the guys that are, and I didn't call his name, but he's in line. The monkey wrench in this whole thing is that Zach is trying to skip those two guys. I really ain't worried about Dak yet. I don't think Dak getting paid this year. I believe it'll happen next year. I personally, I would go, and there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, Ultra Cowboy, by no means. I would just go ahead and get Lamb, though. I would go ahead and get Lamb, and then I'll go get Steele. Because I know that I'm not going to have to pay a lot for Steele. He's coming off an injury. He's been injured most of the time. We all know how well he plays. We all know how well he plays when he's there. But I would want, I want Lamb. At least I know what I have left, which the Cowboys have, things left. See, we still haven't mastered yet the contracts and how to do this stuff. They don't want to give gigantic signing bonus. Now they're going to have to do that for probably Lamb and Parsons, and no question Dak. They're gonna have to give up them big signing bonuses just so they can manipulate the salary cap, but we don't manipulate it like everybody else do. See, they don't manipulate it enough where you give a gigantic signing bonus and then their cap hit is only $2-3 million for the year. That's how you win. They don't do that for some reason. They don't do that. Oh well, I'll say this. He could say it. He said, I'll go ahead and make a prediction. If Martin doesn't play this year, Dak will have 46 sacks. I'll go and take it a step further. All this talk about how good we are, you can throw that down the drain. He's that important to the team. He's one of our, some would argue say he's our best player, and that's over Michael Parsons. And if he's not our best player, he's the number 2 behind Michael Parsons. That's just how good he is. And I'm not doubting it at all. But here's the thing, Cowboy fans, that you got to understand. Today proved, and I applaud the Jones family for this. They heard about Zach Martin. They heard his complaint. They understand where he is. They know where he places. As far as being the highest paid guards, they know that. They didn't move. They stuck to their guns. Now you understand, my brothers and sisters in Cowboy land, why they did not sign Zach Martin immediately, because they were working on Diggs. I mean, it's obvious. Trust me, it didn't take one day to get Diggs done. It ain't no telling how long Steven has been hammering it out with his agent. It wasn't no one day. That's common sense. That's common sense. That's why they didn't jump. ESPN, as soon as they heard Zach poke his mouth out and start complaining, ESPN the very next morning, well, they got to do it right now. They got to do it right now. Why the media and some Cowboy fans were saying, we got to do it right now. The Cowboys were on the phone with Trevon Diggs' agent, hammering out a contract. Somebody probably knocked on the door and said, hey, Steven, you ain't gonna believe this. Look at this. Zach Martin not happy. Steven probably said, oh my God. Well, let me get to that just a little bit later. Right now, I got to finish this job because this is big. We got to take care of Diggs now. That's essentially what happened. While we are all fixed on Zach Martin, the Cowboys was on another room finishing up Diggs. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't knock that. I'm sorry. I will say again, Zach Martin deserves a raise. There ain't no question about that. Zach Martin deserves a raise. No question. Great player. Great player. Love him. Love him. But this is where the tough part comes into play. I mean, you got to make a decision on who you want to pay. And the Cowboys, like I said, we don't know how long this was really in the works for Diggs. But what we do know, and you probably put some money on this, is that Zach Martin wasn't even in the equation. He wasn't. I believe Ultra Cowboy said it best. There are a few names that are on the hit list this year as far as contract negotiation goes. Zach Martin wasn't one of them. And the Cowboys made the decision essentially like, we hear you, Zach. We will address it to you, address this probably coming up, but not right now. Not right now. No, not right now. We got to take care of this guy. They made a choice. We're not going to break our plan because as we should know by now, the Cowboys ain't doing it like we do it playing armchair quarterback. Cowboys meet for stuff like this. Months and months ago, they already knew when the season ended who they were going to be targeting. They had to know this. They knew that they wanted to pay Diggs this year. They knew they want to pay. I believe my heart they want to play Lamb. Want to pay Lamb right now, and I believe they want to get Steele done. And I think there's an outside chance, that a very outside chance that Dak gets it this year. Outside chance. I think Dak could get done next year. Well, probably over the summer, to be honest with you. I don't think that I just don't see it. And this is the part right here. Martin has been a top 10. Martin's been a top 100 player every year since he's been in the league. Never complains. Never hear a peep out of him. He definitely has the upper hand. In the aspect that there's no backup for him. I'll give you that. But he can't have the total upper hand because the Cowboys got him under contract. It's either you going to play or you going to sit out. And the longer you sit out, the more money you lose. And if you sit out next year, you might as well just go ahead and retire. The Cowboys got the upper hand now. We may not like it, but they got the upper hand. And maybe it would take Dak hitting that ground a whole lot for them to say, yeah, we need to bring him back in. This is the same Cowboys that in 1995 started them first two games without Emmitt Smith. They were trying to hold the line in. And they didn't. And Jerry Jones, if y'all remember, for some of y'all that are old enough to remember, Jerry, they played hardball. And Emmitt Smith missed the first two games of the year, which the Cowboys lost. And they took Charles Haley to come in and dang near throw a helmet at Jerry Jones, which busted the wall. That's what the story says. And it was saying, get him in here. And the very next week, Emmitt was in. The rest is history. We won the Super Bowl. But they did not let him. That mean Emmitt Smith missed a whole training camp, whole preseason, no practice, and he missed the first two games of a season. And it took the Cowboys to lose for him to finally come back and say, hey, we need him. So this wouldn't be the first rodeo of Jerry letting a real great player sit out. I'm just saying. And we all knew that we couldn't win without Emmitt Smith. But they thought they could. So if you think you can win without Emmitt Smith, then here it is, years and years later, you'll hold the line down against Zach Martin. I'm just saying. And I know it ain't nobody compared to Martin. I realize that. I know that. But we talking about a different type of guy when you start talking about Jerry. I'm going to say it one more time. They let Emmitt Smith miss all the training camp, all the preseason, and the first two games of the year. And they know they needed him. Okay. That's all I'm saying. They had their goal set on Trevon Diggs. That's what they were working on. They accomplished the goal. And for them, and see, I hated that Diggs, a great day for Diggs. Diggs really ain't worried about me. Diggs smiling. Bank account, $21 million check today. He got a $21 million signing bonus check. He know he's gonna be he's in Dallas for the next 5 years, up to $100 million contract. He's good. But I just hate that his signing is mixed with Zach. I hate with Zach Martin's situation. I hate it because a lot of people are saying, I've seen it in some chats. I've seen some people in the chats saying that they should have paid Zach first. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Diggs, no question, was next. That's why he got paid today. He was next. And I applaud Jerry and Steven for getting it done. Even though folks, there ain't nobody, and it came after the press conference because if it came before the press conference, they would have said something about Diggs. So while the Cowboys were doing the interviews today, first press conference today, they had already had Diggs pretty much locked up. They just did it afterwards. That's why nobody said nothing about it in the press conference. So the Cowboys already knew what they had to do. They knew it. All they did was did what Stephen Jones said. He wanted to have a couple of these guys locked up on extensions before training camp started. He did one. Now that second one may not be Lamb. It very well may be Terrence Steele. Now we're gonna find out about Zach Martin though. Cause I don't care how y'all look at it. And I agree, Zach is a outstanding cowboy. Upstanding cowboy. But here's the other part. Not intentionally, but the bottom line is he's skipping line. He is. And you don't want to, some of these guys don't have the status of Zach Martin, but you don't want to tick some of these guys off now. As I said before, the line to me, you can switch them. Now the Diggs is signed, it was two other guys who are ready that are in the line, Steele and Lamb, whichever order you want to put it in. Steele and Lamb are the next two guys in line. Now, if you move Zach up, how's that gonna make Lamb feel? If you move Zach up, how's that gonna make Steele feel? Now I know they don't have the status of Martin. And I guess, if you say, well, you can't please everybody, I'm in total agreement with you. I'm in total agreement with it. All I'm saying is Zach threw the monkey wrench in with him complaining about his contract. They didn't have this on their mind at all. Now it's on their mind. Let's see. And I want to be clear because I don't want nobody thinking I don't want it to happen. If they pay Zach, I'm happy. I'm happy if they sign Zach. I'm happy if we pay Zach. That mean the Cowboys are saying, hey, we're gonna let Zach skip the line. We make a promise that we're gonna take care of y'all. We just can't do it now. We have to do this. But it also sets the standard, and that's the hard business. It sets the standard of other guys that are on the team that may act a fool with their contract. Say, hey, I got 3 years on my contract. Let's just say, for instance, let's just say this. And I'm playing hypothetical here. Let's just say, for instance, that Michael Parsons does what a lot of people think he's gonna do. Let's also, he's gonna do what he does, but let's add that he would be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year this year. Let's just act like that's gonna happen. And he has 2 more years left before he can cry wolf. And I'm not saying the Cowboys would and everybody know the Cowboys would not bend. He has 2 more years before I believe he's eligible for it. But I'm just playing hypothetical. What if Zach Martin be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and then at the end of the year just say, look, I'm giving y'all all I got for these 3 years, and I'm in my prime, and this is what I've done, and I'm not coming. I'm giving y'all Hall of Fame type numbers in my first rookie year and all that kind of stuff. I've been all pro every year. You know what I'm saying? From rookie year all the way up to now, I'm all pro. I deserve to get paid, and I don't want to wait for it. I want. Let's just say, for instance, and I hate to do it. Let's say Michael gets hurt with his ankle or something, had to miss 4 weeks or something like that. You don't think he ain't finna sit down and say, "Hey man, look, I'm giving all this. No, I gotta get, I gotta make sure I'm all right." So what if Michael Parsons decide to act a fool and says, "I'm not coming to training camp"? Now y'all paid Zach Martin when he complained, and he had 3 years left on his contract. Then why can't the same thing work for me? He complained. Now I'm complaining, and I am the best. And you can't win without me. So why can't I act a fool and say, hey, I'm gonna skip the line too, whoever it is, I'm skipping. That's the standard that you set when I'm serious. And now again, I know who Zach Martin is. I know how valuable he is. I know how great he is. But you don't want to set that type of standard for your team. Now you'll never get things right. And that's the stance that Jerry gonna take. You can't jump every time somebody holler. You just can't. And unfortunately for us as Cowboys fans and as the team, we got so many great players or guys that are in there. They're probably in the top 8 of their positions. Most of them are top 3, top 5. You know what I mean? Trevon Diggs, for instance, that's a top 5 cornerback. That's why he got paid like one. Lamb, all pro last year. He's an all pro for second team all pro, which means there are 2 wide receivers that were first team, and he was one of the ones on the second team. He's one of the top 4 receivers in the game. Top 5 player. Still, not a top 5, probably not a top 5 right tackle, but everybody knows he's ascending. Everybody knows that. So we're talking about a top, a pretty good right tackle. We mean the list go on and on. I mean, Dak. We done had this battle for years. Where does he rank? It don't make no difference where. Wait, and then I'm gonna get into that in just a second too. It don't make no difference where you rank them. What the quarterback position is, it's all about who's next. It ain't about. It's obvious to me after today that it ain't about what you've done. It's obvious to me after today, because I'm going to get into that in a second. It's obvious that it ain't about what you've done. It's about who's next. It's obvious after what I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. It ain't about what you've done. It's about who's next or what they project you to be. You understand? Dak, don't make no difference where you rank. If you say he top 12, if you say he top 20, if you say he top 10, if you say he top 5, whatever you say, it ain't gonna make no difference. It don't make no difference. He's next. Okay. I'm just saying. The Michael Parsons. Come on now. Y'all already know what time it is with him. He's gonna rewrite the books as far as the salary goes for a defensive player when his time finally comes. Whether that's in Dallas or whether that's anywhere else, he will be the highest paid defensive player ever. We all know that. It is going to be crazy to see what he walk away with. And the Cowboys know they got to pay him that. Now, I'm almost done. But let me say this. To all you Dak Prescott haters, and there's some of that is Cowboy fans too. And as you know, if you've been following me, I ain't just all, crazy about Dak because there's still some check marks that he haven't checked for me. But I'm gonna support him because he's my quarterback and he's on my team. And Dak has done more good than he's done bad. He's not trash by no means. He's a good quarterback that has had some great moments. There's a difference. He's a good, real good quarterback that has the ability to have some great moments. He's done that before. So that's the way I look at that. He's not great, but he's real good. And sometimes he has some great moments. Appreciate the $2 super chat, Terry. Let me say stop here. Terry says, did Diggs promise to attempt to tackle on Sundays? We ain't gonna know that, Terry, until week 1, aren't we? He can hit now because y'all got Diggs messed up. He and probably maybe that's the reason why he wasn't doing it. He wanted to get the money first. Because I remember in Alabama in their first year at Dallas, he was sticking folks. So he know what to do. We'll see about that. Let me tell y'all something. For all y'all Dak haters and Dak, Dak despisers and all that. If y'all acted the fool over him getting paid $40 million a year, y'all better buckle up. You see, it's amazing to me how everybody jumps the gun on these young guys and make them Hall of Famers just because they had one good year. Jalen Hurts is the prime example. And I understand they went to the Super Bowl last year. But the real truth of the matter is Jalen Hurts has only had one good year. One. One good year. Just one. Year before that, I think he went 9-8, Yeah, one good year. One good year last year. And people will say he's the top 3 or top 4 quarterback because of one good year. And then the Philadelphia Eagles paid him like he is that. $52 million a year off of one good year. One. One. One division championship, just one. Got to the Super Bowl. I give him that. Dak hadn't done that. I get it. That is worth something, but that's just 1 year. Can you at least see if he gonna do it again before you make that type of commitment? Remember, it's not about what you've done. It's about who's next. And I be dang. Today, Justin Herbert is getting paid 52 point something million dollars. Signed the contract today. Now, this is the reason why for y'all that can't stand Dak, you might as well get ready because here is the resume of Justin Herbert. Here it is. Nothing. Justin Herbert hadn't even won his division one time. The Chargers have not even made the playoffs, even with him as the quarterback the last 2 years. Really 3, because he played real early. He didn't start off. Justin Herbert has won absolutely nothing. He has done nothing. But everybody will say that Justin Herbert is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And Justin Herbert today got paid over $50 million a year. 200, I believe, and 62 or whatever. I think it's $262 million. So that leads me to the question, ladies and gentlemen, is this. If he got it and Burrow ain't got paid yet, at least with Burrow, I'm with Burrow because he made a Super Bowl. And he's done it more than 1 year. That like Jalen Hurts. Burrow has done it since he done came in the league. Other than the year he got hurt. Tore his leg up. Other than that, Burrow has been electrifying. Took his team to the Super Bowl. Whatever he gets is going to be justified. He's already been to a Super Bowl. He's won a division. His team has been in the playoffs every year since he's been under the center. Joe Burrow deserves what he's going to get. Justin Herbert ain't done nothing. Nothing. No division championship. No playoff berth. Nothing. Okay. For those that want to say, okay, he made a Pro Bowl. Okay, all right. That could be all right, because why are you going to put a quarterback in the Pro Bowl that didn't win nothing? I don't understand that. If you the Pro Bowl designed for guys, usually your Pro Bowl quarterbacks are pretty much all of them, unless the other guys didn't want to go and play in it. A lot of these guys are in Pro Bowls by default. They really weren't voted into a Pro Bowl. It's just that the other guys that were voted before them didn't want to go. And Justin Herbert got $52 million annually? Oh no, y'all might as well get ready for Dak. If y'all had a problem with him getting paid 40, what you think Dak Prescott to get? Huh? The happiest man today. Well, it's a couple happy guys. The happiest guys today are Joe Burrow, because of Justin Herbert contract, Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott. Because if Justin Herbert got that and ain't proved nothing, ain't got nothing, see, a lot of y'all say, well, Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow have been to an NFC championship game, AFC championship game. Both have carried their teams to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it, but they were good enough to carry their team to the Super Bowl. I'll give you that one if that's what you're comparing Dak to, because Dak has not done that. I'll give you that. If that's what you want to hold on to, despite Jalen Hurts only doing it 1 year, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. You can have it. But Justin Herbert has done nothing, and that's what he got paid. Oh, yeah. Y'all might well start crying now about Dak Prescott, because he going to get it. If they gave that to Justin Herbert, what are you thinking they're going to get a Dak Prescott? Huh? Sorry. Y'all might well start crying now. Ain't nobody got even though Kellen Moore over there. Do you really believe that the Chargers gonna make some noise this year? I believe Herbert gonna have some magical numbers, because I believe Kellen Moore's gonna pull some more stuff out of him. I'm not saying he ain't good. I'm just saying the amount of money that that's why I was saying it's obvious now as far as quarterback goes. It ain't about what you've done. It simply is really about who's next in line. Because you don't have to have nothing on your resume, obviously. Look at what the Chargers did. $52 million? 52? No, y'all better not say nothing about that. Because that's what Dak gonna get. More. At least he got something on his resume better than Justin Herbert. Dak got a couple division championships. Dak got some playoff appearances. Dak has a playoff win, 2 playoff wins. Justin Herbert has nothing. Nothing. I wish y'all would act the fool when Dak signed that extension. Don't say nothing. Cause see, you ain't saying nothing about Justin Herbert. See, don't say nothing. I can't believe Dak got. Yes, you can. You can believe it. Yep. Cause you just saw what Justin Herbert got. It's about who's next. You might as well get ready for that. I'm serious, y'all. Yeah, and the 40 million that Dak, as a lot of us said, when Dak got his 40 million, we said in 2 or 3 years it's gonna be a bargain. It's gonna be a bargain. And now Dak, at the time, I think Dak was the second highest paid quarterback in the league. Y'all acted a fool over that. Now I think he's about the 10th, ninth or 10th. We said it. It's gonna be a bargain before it's all over with. Guess what? What I saw what Justin Herbert got paid, and I said, okay, what has he done? What huh? What has he done? Y'all know it's the truth. I don't care nothing about his rocket arm. I don't care nothing about he can run with the ball. I don't care nothing about that. What has he done? I'd say the same thing, Shane. I don't think I'm just saying it at right now. I don't think Dak getting paid right at this season anyway. I say that he's gonna get paid over the summer or at the beginning of the training camp. I believe that's when the extension is coming for Dak. I don't think it will be this year. I think they're gonna take care of Lamb and probably Steele, and that'll be it for that. And then next year they'll go ahead and take care of Dak. But when they do, and see by that time, Burrow will be taken care of by then. Because the if you remember, the next two quarterbacks in line was Burrow and Herbert. Once Burrow gets paid, and he gonna get paid more than Justin Herbert. You know that. That's the starting price for Joe Burrow. And Burrow put his resume on the table. The Bengals can't do them and say, okay, okay, okay. That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. They ain't gonna have no choice but to pay him. If Herbert is getting 52, Joe got the right to ask for 54. Okay, it's just the truth. And because of that, Dak is gonna ask for more than Joe Burrow. I mean, not Joe Burrow. Well, he could because it's about who's next. But he most definitely is gonna ask for more than Justin Herbert. You know that. A man who ain't done nothing. Shh. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Herbert will be making $52 million a year. Dak Prescott gonna at least get 53. Oh, I'm convinced. I'm convinced. It's going to happen. Y'all might as well get ready for it. Cause I can see, Cowboy Nation just going, and I know y'all don't like Dak like that. But that's what he's gonna get paid. All right, I'm done. Good news. It depends on how you look at it. We all love Zach Martin, but Zach Martin was not next. The Cowboys showed you that today. They heard his complaint. They ain't even address it. They say we working on Diggs right now. We working on Diggs, and we not gonna stop this trying to allocate money somewhere else while we trying to hammer out Diggs. They made their choice today. Doc, to lead. That's the nightmare. Oh my God. That right there? Oh my God. To lead. You know what, to lead. Watch this. You're absolutely right for that comment there. Okay. But if Dak gets just to the NFC Championship game, I mean, I even said further. Well, no, because we've been to the division round. If he gets to the NFC Championship game, see, Talib, check it out. He don't even have to win the playoff game. Justin Herbert ain't won no playoff game. He got $52 million. Cowboys, I don't care if Mike McCarthy get fired, everything else. Look, it don't make no difference. Justin Herbert ain't won nothing. He ain't won a division. He ain't sniffed not a sniff of the playoff. He got $52 million. 52. Dak ain't got to win no playoff game. He gonna get more than Herbert, regardless. But you right. If he do some of this stuff here, couple playoff wins, and Lord have mercy, if he get to a Super Bowl and win it, you just might hit the nail on the head. His contract just went up. It's already up to past 52, if you ask me, a year. Because Justin Herbert don't. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He could say his Dak has been consistently better his entire career, except one category. His playoff numbers are consistently bad. I don't know about that one, he could. The one category is that he just didn't win. But when you look at some of his numbers, that Green Bay game, where he brought us back from, I think, 35 to 31 to 3 or whatever it was. I think Dak threw over 340 or 350. We had to, had to look over that. Played an incredible game against Tampa that took them out. And the 49er game was just a pedestrian type game. So I don't know about that. We have to look at pull up his numbers. His numbers ain't that bad. You got me curious now, you Kush. You got me curious. I have to show you up. I'm just saying you got me real curious because I don't think I never looked at it. Um, I've never looked at it. I'm about to pull it up now because you got me thinking. We'll close out with this. Yes. Just want to see. You got me curious because I forget if I don't do this. Hold on. Let me look. I'm trying to. Y'all forgive my. No, Ikush, we gotta take that back. All right, I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna show you. I'm about to show you. I'm getting ready to show you. Hey Terry, I said I think the defense was bad. Kush, that Green Bay game, answers that question. You down 31-3. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you asking the guy to pull you all the way back from a hole like that. Yes, his playoff numbers all time. I'm getting ready to show you. Terry, I see your super chat. He says, "Stop acting like Dak is Joe Montana with a quality resume. It's the quarterback position getting undeserved money." True, but that's the NFL that we live in, Terry. And Dak is going to be in line, and if that be the case, he's going to get paid. Uh, Let me share this so we can stop this. I got it right there. Hey, if you're on Podbean, I'm sorry. Hey, Smoke. Yeah. Andy Reid and the Chiefs had to be pretty happy today with Mahomes' contract. Exactly, because they structured it so they can pull from it and convert some of his stuff over to a signing bonus for 10 years. That's it. I think everybody can see this. Let's look. This is Dak Prescott's playoffs. All right. Let's look at it. So I explain. Let me pull it up. Let's look over year. Let's go year from the left column all the way down because some of the stuff you may not know. You see the year, age, the team. That's TM position quarterback. Got one game in 2016. He went 24 for 38, 63.2 completion percentage, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sound like a pretty good game to me. The only thing was we lost. Okay. As you can see, let's go all the way to the bottom. 2-4. Go all the way to the bottom. Career 2-4. He has played in 6 playoff games. 2-4. Of course, that's not good. 2018. Forgive me for not knowing who they played, but we're just looking at the stats. This is crazy. Went 42 for 65. I believe that was that Green Bay game. 64.6 completion percentage, 492 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sound like a pretty good game to me. 2021, played 1 game. He had 23 for 43. That's 53%. 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That was the 49er game, obviously. Not bad, not great, but not trash. Last year, 48 of 70. Oh, that killed him over something else. Good Lord. 68.6. Well, this is 2 games. I'm sorry. This is 2 games. I'm sorry. 2 games for the playoffs. I'm sorry. 2018 was 2 games. 42 for 65, 492 yards in 18, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I guess you can say he should have thrown more touchdowns, but I mean, he didn't kill us. 2002, he played 2 games, 48 of 70. That's 68.6 completion percentage, which is great. 511 yards, 5 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. Sound like pretty good playoff numbers to me. So we just can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't kill Dak as if he was trash in the playoffs. No. The stats say something completely different. 11 touchdowns totals in his playoff career to 5 interceptions. I mean, come on now. So, no, I wish I can pull it up game by game. That would be, and maybe that would kind of clear it up better. Let me see if I can do that. I just want to see because I just want to see. Y'all forgive me here. Kush got me on here, so let me see if I can find it. All right, and I found it. It's 2003. That's last year. I'm sorry. So let's look at this last year. The 2 games, and there's a difference between the Tampa game, which we all know he was all world against Tampa Bay. We beat them 31-14, 25 for 33, 305 yards. I don't see it. Touchdowns. I don't see it there. The touchdown interception rate, but obviously we all know Dak had one crazy game. 16, that's first down passing. 16 of his throws were for first down. I mean, it's just sickening. Then in the Frisco game, we lost, of course, 19-12. He went 23 for 37, 206 yards. Obviously, Frisco defense was, much stouter. Of course, he didn't look like he did against Tampa. If you want to go that route, then it's understandable. But overall, as we just saw earlier, okay, there it is. That's what I was looking for. That's rushing. Nope, that ain't what I want. There's a way that I can find, but I'm not gonna do that to you guys. Y'all forgive me for doing all this, but when you look at his overall stats, playoff wise, it ain't bad. It's not. It's not. And I'm sorry I wanted to give you them comments, but I was just looking at all that. And I'm gonna just stop sharing that. But when you look at all what he's done, it ain't like he's just horrible. I mean, the stats are there. Now the breakdown of the game. Stats is one thing. In fairness, he could. I will agree with you. That's when the game film kind of shows up there. Like, did you get when the team needs you to be hot? Did you have drives, especially playing the 49ers? Did you have drives? Did you have some consistent three and outs? That's once you really start breaking it down, then that may be when it's time to make a play. Did you make it? You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. But is more than just numbers. We all know that. But if you are basing it off numbers, you just can't say he was horrible. We just can't say he was horrible because he wasn't. Um, whatever year you going with. So again, you saw all that. Justin Herbert ain't been nowhere, nowhere, and he got $52 million. I mean, Justin Herbert ain't even walked out the tunnel for a playoff game. Ain't won nothing. Ain't won no division. Nothing. And as a matter of fact, had the Chargers even been close to winning the AFC West at all? I don't remember that. I mean, I ain't no Charger fan, but I believe they got to that last game and all they had to do was win it to get in the play. I believe they played the Raiders and the Raiders beat them. That's as close as he got, which essentially was a playoff game, but it wasn't, in the playoffs. It was more like a play-in game. They didn't win it. And again, I could just pull up the numbers. It may have well not been Justin Herbert's fault. But in this league, we all know the wins and losses are what the quarterback get judged by. They don't say where the defense was raggedy and he didn't have this and he didn't have that. They go by, did you win, quarterback? Nobody gives the quarterback, it's kind of like Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady got 7 rings, and he had a big piece to do with a few of them. But let's not act like that the Patriots defense was, the Patriots defenses back then were number 1, number 2 in the league. Everybody remember the greatest show on turf? You know who shut them down? It wasn't Tom Brady. It was that defense. You see what I'm saying? Everybody give Tom Brady the comeback victory of the year when they beat Atlanta in the Super Bowl, coming down 283, and justifiably so. But why didn't the Falcons score no more points? If you had to come back from 28-3, and when you tied the game up, that means your defense shut Atlanta down. Hello. Nobody don't say that though. Nobody don't say that. But they say Brady did it again. Oh my God, Brady, he did it again. He's the greatest of all time. But nobody said nothing about that defense that shut them down. Nobody said that. Nobody didn't say nothing about that. Nobody didn't say nothing about that. So the quarterback gonna get all the credit for wins and losses. And if that be the case, I'm still asking the same question. What has Herbert done that demands that he is probably the highest paid quarterback in the league right now? It's I'm sorry. He very well may turn out to be great, but right now, he ain't. He's just another guy. Terry says Dak is Trent Dilfer or Brad Johnson. Nothing special, just serviceable enough to win. You're not the only one that may feel like that, Terry. No question. I said he's good and he has some great moments. Mahomes is great. that have great moments. That's then there's the next level where you're pretty good, and every now and then, kind of like the Tampa playoff game, the sun will shine on you and you'll turn to great. And then here come the 49ers the next week, and then you turn into good. See what I'm saying? I'm not gonna trash them because Dak has done well for a fourth round quarterback. They're very well. He just needs some more great moments that he take. See, one thing I will say this, because I tell you the truth about Dak. Dak has been presented with a lot of chances with great moments. See what I'm saying? He's been presented now with some great opportunities to change the narrative. He hasn't taken advantage of a lot of them. He has not. And that is what makes the change happen with how people way look at you. I say this and I promise you I'm done. I'm not gonna do the call-in line. I'm take this. It was Isaiah Thomas that said this, and this has stuck with me forever. Isaiah Thomas, the point guard for the Detroit Pistons, Hall of Fame basketball player. Y'all know who it is. Isaiah Thomas said this. The question was asked, what is the difference between a good player and a great player? What is the difference between an all-star player and a Hall of Fame player? Isaiah Thomas said this. I never will forget it. He said the thing that separates the narrative of an all-star player to a Hall of Fame player is that the game itself will present you moments in the game, and you have to take advantage of it. And if you take advantage of enough of them, you will be in the Hall of Fame because you took advantage of the moments that the game presented you. That applies to every sport. The game itself will present you the moments that will define if you're great or if you're just good. Do you take advantage? Dak has not taken advantage of those moments. And then oppose the reason why we look at Brady the way we look at Brady, because Brady has on a world stage on so many occasions has taken advantage of the moments. 2 minutes left, no timeouts. A team just scored a touchdown. Y'all don't. We were so mesmerized by Brady. A team was score in the fourth quarter, go up on the Patriots or the Buccaneers with about a minute and 20 seconds left. The first thing we said was, y'all left too much time for Brady. The other team celebrating, they scored a touchdown. First thing we do is look at the clock and say, y'all left too much time for Brady. Because we knew what he was gonna do. He took advantage of it. If your team go up right now, see, that's the difference. If a team go up on the Cowboys with a minute 30 left, we hoping that Dak do something. With Brady, we knew. Y'all see the difference? Because we've seen him do it too many times. That's what made him great. That's why we all mesmerized by him. 20 seconds left, it make no difference. Some type of way you think Brady is gonna get it done. 20 seconds left. You think Brady is gonna get it done some type of way. 20 seconds left for Dak. You be saying, let's try to go next week. And all Dak has to do is take a couple of events. The whole narrative will change for him. He just ain't taking advantage of it yet. And he got time. We'll see what he do this year. But regardless, but watch this. Watch this. I'm back on this contract. It don't make no difference if Dak take advantage of it or not. When it's his time to get extended, he gonna get more than Justin Herbert. I guarantee that. Whether he take advantage of one or not, he gonna get it. Cause Herbert ain't taking advantage of nothing. I'm just saying. Ain't took advantage of nothing. And he got $52 million. Dak Prescott is good. That's the starting price. Dak Prescott is gonna get that. Whatever the signing bonus was for Herbert, and I don't know that. Whatever the sign, because I ain't no Charger fan. Maybe y'all know it. Whatever the signing bonus was, Dak gonna get more of a signing bonus than that. It's going to happen. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of y'all gonna be saying, "Oh my God, you paying this amount for an average quarterback, and he ain't all that." And all I'm gonna get on this show if the Lord allow me to live. I'm gonna get on there and say, "What I tell you, yep, we paying that for an average quarterback. Yep, yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's going to happen. Y'all know I'm telling the truth." Oh, I'm looking at it now. Well, Justin Herbert gets $262.5 million extension. Oh, okay. Has most passing yards, second most passing TDs in his first 3 years in NFL history. All that ain't won nothing. See? No, you're right, Joe. And I'm done. You really don't need a great quarterback to win Super Bowl. Look what Troy even did. He wasn't like Tom Brady, but when the time came, Troy made it count. That's what Dak needs to do. His time is running out. It was a different game back then. It was running the ball a whole lot, Joe. Detroit was not our best player. A great argument be made that our best players were Emmett and Michael Irvin, even though, of course, Michael was dependent on Troy, but Troy wasn't throwing no ball no 50 times a game. Troy was throwing the ball about 23, 22 to 25 times a game. It was rare when he hit over 30. That was Emmett's team and that offensive line team. So it's a little different with that. Cowboys were whooping people back then so easily that it was shocking to have a real close game. You know, he could say, imagine what this team could have done with Burrow on the center. He's never getting strong as the season goes. You can say that he could, but I'm gonna say this, and I guess in reference to that. Well, in order to get a Burrow, your record got to be pretty shot. Because if I remember right, Burrow was the first pick overall in the draft. And you got to have the worst lead. Cowboys had too much talent, so we will never be in a position to get those type of guys. The way that I look at it is like this: name me name me a quarterback that was drafted as low as he was, other than Brady, um, that has done as well as Dak has. We talking about a fourth round quarterback. I mean, Brady, Kurt Warner, maybe undrafted. An argument could be made, I guess, for Tony Romo since I saw his name up there. But Tony ain't won nothing either. I think Dak got just as many wins as Tony Romo got his whole career, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Romo was undrafted, and to get where he was, that is incredible. Kurt Warner, sacking groceries, MVP 2 times, Super Bowl. I mean, that's you can't write this. You can't make it up. You said name one that inherited a team as stacked as we had it. An argument could be made for the Patriots with Brady, even though, well, he did. I mean, Belichick's defense was top notch. They never had offensive stuff. Bledsoe was there, but the defense was always stacked consistently. Other than the Steelers and the Ravens, Ray Lewis Ravens and Palomalo Steelers, the Patriots was always there defensively, and they had just enough offense to get the job done. I think Brady inherited a gold man. Maybe not. I'm serious. Had always had a pretty good offensive line. They ran the ball well. Had all them different running backs. Everybody was good. The tight end game was special. Even though Brady kind of made that. Argument can be made about that, but you gotta give Dak credit because keep in mind what people keep forgetting about Dak is that Dak was the third string quarterback. If y'all remember, Romo broke his back, then Kellen Moore broke his leg. There was no other quarterback. Dak came in third string. Had one of the greatest rookie years ever. Even though we had the line and hand the ball out to Zeke, that was some stuff that he had to do though. It ain't been too many better than that. Serious. Fourth round, consistently stayed the starter. I mean, come on now. Oh, he deserved credit. I ain't saying he a Hall of Fame player. I'm just saying where he came from, where he immediately was the man, immediately from a third string to being the man. Gotta give him credit. He's done well from where he came from. He has. He has. No question. He has. And he's gotten better every year. Dak Prescott's gotten better every year. All right, I'm done. Y'all take it easy. Only reason why I came to y'all today, we had some big news. I wanted to come on out and just talk about it. I didn't want to wait until Saturday to talk about it. I didn't want to wait until Saturday to talk about it. Cowboys it ain't so loud this year. Seriously. It's not that loud. It's got a different feel this year, y'all. It really does. It's a different feel that I'm seeing right now. It's not what we used to. The only controversy, if you want to call it controversy, is this Zach Martin issue. And just got to see how that turned out. But it's been pretty low key. Everybody kind of quiet. Everybody under the radar. They just kind of low. Even the players. I heard Mr. Curse today in his interview. He guys ready to put this hard hat on and ready to go to work. Joe, I don't think that's going to happen, Joe. I don't think that's going to happen. But I will say this. I really believe somebody had to show me. When we get on that airplane to go to New York for week 1, big number 7 will be there. I see the players going to beg for him then. See, that's the other factor. I ain't even talk about that. There's just nowhere in the world that Dak Prescott is going to be quiet during this time as we get closer to week 1. These guys are going to be begging for him. They're going to be texting him. They're going to be talking to him. And they're going to talk to Jerry and say, hey, man, let's go now. No. You got to have him. I believe that's going to come. Appreciate you, David Burns. He deserved it. Trevon Diggs deserved it. He earned it. 2 All-Pros in 3 seasons. 2 Pro Bowls. He deserved it. He done his job. He's one of the best in the game. I think he got 13 let me see. I think he said he had 16 or 17 interceptions in 3 years. Come on now. We ain't got to the breakups and all. I mean, come on now. Appreciate you, Kush. Thank you. All right. Let's go and get out of here. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Y'all know how I groove on out of here. Ain't nothing changed. Come on, groove with me. Give me some hand clap emojis real quick. Appreciate all of you that have joined in on Podbean tonight. Then, of course, those of you that are on my YouTube channel and the Facebook channel, and I even see one on Twitch. We out of here. I will see you guys on Saturday unless we find something else out. Trust me, if Zach Martin get paid before the week out, I'll be right back here before the week out. I don't think that's going to happen, but when it does happen, you can rest assured that the big time show will be in effect. I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all hanging with me, man. Go Cowboys. Look, we moving. Things are happening, and there's some good stuff happening. Trevon Diggs. Happy for you, brother. Happy for you. Well deserved. Well deserved. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, whoever it is. I appreciate that y'all didn't get off of it. Y'all kept the person in line. Whoever was next, that's who you paid. I don't have a problem with it. Now, at the same time, since Zach Martin has decided to hold out, it's time to get on the phone. Let's hunker down a little bit now. We see the game now. So when you play the game, you got to adjust. Y'all thinking he was going to be the good corporate guy and the good goody two-shoes guy. Didn't happen. Now you got to adjust. You got to adjust now. You got to adjust now. Zach at the house. Zach didn't get on the plane with you. Zach don't want to talk to you. Zach may be texting his teammates, but he don't want to talk to y'all. Zach telling you to talk to his agent. Till y'all get me straight, don't even call me. That's what you got to adjust now. Zach saying I ain't coming. Okay, game board has changed. Let's go ahead and get it done. We need Zach. Ain't no doubt about that. We need Zach. Get it done. I don't want no more drama because the players going to start getting asked about Zach Martin, everything else. Let's go. All right? Let's go. Let's get this done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I appreciate y'all. This has been the Big Time Show.